are going to draft here. Game number 3, Blackheart's Bay. Kiev6 versus Team Dignitas at the Heroes Battle Arena, powered by GTA and Twitch. We have Falstad banned and Kelthas banned. The two heroes immediately banned out. Kiev6 this time with the Tyrande. Is that going to change things? Will it take the momentum away from Dignitas and allow Kiev6 to secure the first map win here against a strong opponent? Dignitas with a double pick now, and of course they have a few options of what they actually could aim for here. In this case, you can go for the Uther early on, you can lock down a Muradin if you want. Zagara is very good on the bot lane, of course. It is a great map where you don't necessarily have to go for team fights. You can actually try to just play around your opponent, go for PvE style, which is something that has happened in the past here quite a bit. Zagara very strong here, and we also have heroes strong like Sonya, Thrall, everything that can take a camp on its own. And Dignitas is actually starting to work into a wombo combo, just a tiny little bit. A Jaina and a Zagara, more into Blizzard, more into the potential Ring of Frost as well. And Kiev6, they have that Tyrande, so it should be a Muradin that they're going for now. There is still the ETC on the other hand, so you can go ETC, Tyrande, plus maybe that Uther. I would still think that Uther is going to be part of it. Dignitas with a Jaina pick, of course, also making sure that Kiev6 cannot go for Jaina. And we saw in the last game what you can do, especially in the early game, if you have Muradin, Tyrande, and Jaina. That was something that Team Dignitas was very successfully running against Kiev6, and Kiev6 just basically saying, yeah, we would like to have that too, but Dignitas says nope, and takes that Jaina away. So you still have an opportunity if you are on the lineup of Kiev6 to at least lock down that Muradin, or you go for the ETC and Uther combination. Either way, Uther would probably be a very smart choice. So, yeah. Oh, okay. I am sold. The battle for the Vikings is real. Kiev6 is basically saying, screw that Uther. That guy has an ugly beard. We take those guys that have a much better one. First of all, Tyrande, and then we have Muradin and the Lost Vikings. And look at those beards. They are beautiful. Uther, he just can't keep up with that, and that's why they don't want him. Jokes aside, Vikings on this map, if you go actually for the Vikings at the top and the mid lane, then you can run a 4-man squad at the bottom lane, just to give you one example, and that can be absolutely annoying. It's also a map where you see the Vikings oftentimes taking all of those small coin camps on their own, and yeah, with a good Viking player, you can do a whole lot of work there, and Hydra is going to be that, and it's so, for me it's actually really funny that Kiev6 is saying, you know what? We're going to take them before the bans happen, because first of all, Dignitas could ban them out. And then second of all, Dignitas already ran them against us on the last map, and we want to have the Vikings right now, and you're not going to pick it away. So the battle is real, and that's pretty sweet. The Rough Baby. Thanks, dude, for that. Where's my Lunara Chibi? I didn't get a message. I was looking for it. I'm going to put that Lunara Chibi in a second. I promise. Yeah, Lunara. Actually, I saw that trailer. I really think I'm gonna hate her. I hate the way she moves. I hate the way she looks. I hate her talents already. I think that is not gonna be a hero that I like to play or to go up against. Yeah, Lunara feels like I hated Dryads already in Warcraft 3, and well, as an undead player, of course, that was just a given. But I can tell you one thing. I think Lunara is gonna be one of those heroes that I look at and I'm like, oh my god, go away. Not sure yet, not sure. I haven't played her yet, haven't seen her play. I mean, she's not live on the server here yet, but she will be soon. Thrall played. Thrall bans. Thrall is banned, and Sylvanas is banned. No massive pressure against the structures. And, well, we're having, for now, an Uther taking plus ETC. Wombo combo paradise now for Team Dignitas. So they're trying to run this. Uther, ETC, Jaina are going to be played here. More into Moshpit into more. Jaina with the Ring of Frost for the burst, potentially, and the Blizzard, Cone of Cold, and Uther, of course, to make sure that all of that really comes to pass and that nobody dies there. But we have now for Kiev6, well, they need Kiev6, they still need a few things here. First of all, it would probably be pretty nice to have a bit of a damage dealer, right? So it could be Reyna. They could run a Reyna here. Vala is another option. Reyna and Vala, probably the best options for them right now. I would say that with a Reyna, you have... I would go Reyna. Reyna is pretty sweet against ETC as well, in the sense that he can take Relentless Leader and, screws a little bit with that, like the power slide into Moshpit. But Vala has been taken. She's better with the wave clear that she has. Stoffen, thank you very much, bro, for the sub here. These days... oh, there it is. Okay, so they go for both. can live with that. I can absolutely live with that. But yeah, Stoffen, thank you very much for that. We have now Dignitas, well, with their last pick, and in this case, they have their, you could actually, like right now you can play, I suppose, you can play everything. You can go in a tank, you can run a Tyrael, for example, you can run any kind of like damage. What do we have in terms of damage? Not too much left. I mean, we don't really see Nazebo a lot. We saw him on the North American server just recently once, but that's about it. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, you can still run that Sonya. Thrall is banned out, but we've been talking. I mentioned her earlier. I said that Sonya is great on the map because she can take the camps alone, and I completely forgot about her. Sorry, my dear. So, yep, Sonya is taken. What excites me the most, though, are the Vikings. But, guys, we saw Sonya earlier. Do you remember what the talent was on level 10? Hell yeah. Leap. So, in theory, ETC Divine Shield Mosh Pit. Jaina with the burst damage. Mosh Pit is over. Zagara decides to maul. ETC has the power slide again. Power slides through the entire setup. Then Sonya jumps in with a leap. And Jaina has the cooldown ready to set the next Blizzard into motion. And then everybody that was in that particular setup just like and explodes. So if you get that five-man mosh pit off, you could wipe the entire team like that. Just in theory. Think about it. It's beautiful. It's not going to happen. Or it shouldn't. It could. It shouldn't, but it could. But yeah, in theory, it's awesome. It's amazing. It's beautiful. So guys, let's go into game number 3 and see if Dignitas can close it out without losing a map here, or if Kiev5 with the Vikings now can start to make a comeback. And let's not forget, it's not even a 5-man mosh pit. We are talking about a 7-man mosh pit because we have the Vikings here. Hype! See you guys in the game. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Lunara, chippy. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna hate her so much. Lunara, where are you? Where are you, you naughty girl? There you are. Yeah, those Dryads, seriously. Night Elves in general, very, very hateful race. So, game is about to start. Cool. Christmas time. I have to rename that, by the way. All right, and Santa Claus and his elves. How do you spell that? Is that spelled correctly? That's wrong, right? Like elves, I know, but is it one elf? Is that a... okay, with an F. That makes a little bit more sense. If you do stuff like that on stream, that's never a good idea. That's never a good idea, guys. You should always, like... never do that on stream. It's always a horrible idea. So we're gonna go for the elves. Hey, dude, like, no. Put that there. That's a little bit better. No, that's also horrible. Ah! What am I doing? Last elf. I'm gonna do that afterwards, guys. We're gonna go into the game, but yeah. It's December, so we need to go for a bit of a Christmassy thing. Guys, you have no idea what sleep can do for you. It's beautiful. Oh no! They switched it again. No! Oh, come on, Bakery, you tricked me. Welcome everybody to the next game here in the series. We have our game starting, and it's of course game number 3, and it could also be the last game of the day. The overlay is going to be updated in just a second. Of course, we have the teams swapped around. As you can see now, it's, well, not quite correct, but we're going to have that in a second. So in this case, we have to the left side Kiev5, and well, these boys are currently playing with, they lost everything unfortunately so far. So this means if they don't get the chance to actually, like, yeah, well, win something right now, then they are fourth place actually in the tournament, whereas Dignitas is currently looking quite strong here. So yep, this is going to be quite a bit of fun to see if they can make this happen. AR pausing the game, and that of course allows me to introduce the players here as well to the left side with a corrected overlay. Now we have Kiev5 in position, AR on Reyna, Mopsy on Muradin, Lunarn on Tyrande, Hydra on the Lost Vikings, and Sir Ice Cream, who just dropped out of the game, is playing Vala. Looking to the right side of the map, we are currently seeing Team Dignitas with Bakery on Uther. We have JPL on Jaina, Athero Angel on Sonya, Shrimpy is playing ETC, and Snitch is playing Zagara in this game. The talents, of course, have been chosen now as well, and that means that we are currently looking on the side of the Vikings again into the Balog talent, Explosive Attacks. On this map, you can run with the Vikings in the top lane and the mid lane and just have the rest of the team roam between lanes, go down to the bot lane, for example, try to just get a bit of a pressure play going. And the Vikings themselves, they are also in a very sweet position to just take down these small coin camps and make sure that you get the most out of the objective. That's at least the idea behind them. We had basically a battle for the Vikings actually in this particular game now. With the rest of the talents, we have no Seasoned Marksman, but instead Give Me More. We're seeing also the Infused Hammer for the refund on the mana. This is like a talent that I have only seen Mopsio take on Muradin. Nobody else that I have seen in competitive Heroes of the Storm uses the talent. He really likes it. He wants to just make sure that he has the mana sustain there as well. Jumps in, misses the Stormbolt, and takes a few hits to the face by the towers. So Snitch is playing quite nicely here down to the bottom lane. Very careful. He knows, of course, that this is one of the lanes where we will see a lot of pressure. The chests now spawning on the map, and that means that up at the top lane we're going to have it taken away. And nice zoning here as well. At least the attempt. One of the towers already taken down. It's all about destroying structures here, of course, since the objective is going to bombard structures directly. And if you are therefore able to take a few of them down early on in the game, then your own bombardments are going to be so much more successful. Up at the top lane, Hydra is trying to soak some experience, but JPL, he will check that bush very, very soon and try to make sure that it's not going to be too much of an experience soaked by the opponent. Yeah, ETC is already moving over as well. At the bot lane, we're seeing the attempt for Kiev5 to do the exact same thing. But so far, I have to admit, we are seeing a bit of a better position for Team Dignitas. They are taking down towers everywhere they move. The entire wall is already being destroyed. The coins are collected. Up at the top lane, we're seeing the push as well. So they are doing extremely well here, taking down structures, and that could lead into a very annoying game when it comes to the objectives themselves. Coins, of course, the coin camps have not spawned just yet. Only the chests that we saw earlier, they spawned 50 seconds into the game. The first mercenaries spawned 2 minutes into the game, just now. And then at 3 minutes into the game, we also see that boss up at the top coming to play. 2 minutes in, and we have now the small pirate camps. That's where the Vikings could take position. Down to the bottom lane, Air is going up against Snitch. We're seeing to the top lane right now, so Ice Cream, Luna, they all move around, try to, of course, get a few coins themselves. But most of those camps have already been taken apart. So this is exactly what Dignitas is doing. They are just trying to put a huge pressure at the tutor lanes at the top. They're doing really well, though. And Athero Angel, as I say, it has to move away there, since Luna is trying to lock him down. But Shrimpy and Bakery, they are ready to assist him here. So this is not looking too bad at all. But the kill against ETC. Nice. So for now, we have a bit of a lead here. Oh, nice! A second potential one, but Bakery moves away. He has 7 coins, so he needs to make sure that he doesn't get taken down there. In terms of talents, we have on level 4 now Pierce taken. And the reason for it is, of course, very simple. If you try to turn in over here, then Pierce is absolutely amazing to just annoy the opponent, make sure that you don't get an opportunity to turn those coins in. And yeah, this can actually lead to you taking the coins of your opponent away, and therefore getting a very solid position in the map itself, maybe get another turn in completed, and then get the objective to fire at the opponent's structures. Old school style, I like it. Composite arrow into puncturing arrow. This is actually something that we haven't seen in quite some time. The server's unfortunately giving us a few problems here today. We already had in one of the earlier games a few of the players drop out. I hope that they're going to be able to come back. Last time it didn't really take too long for them to reconnect. And in this case it was also us having a slight problem here. But yeah, as we said, servers seem to be a bit unstable today. It is patch day. Patch hasn't really hit Europe yet, but currently, as far as I know, North America is being patched. I have no idea if that also could affect the European servers. But yeah, so Dignitas is already back. Hydra with the Kappa. I'm not 100% certain if that means they are back to business or if they're still waiting. But yeah, we've been talking a bit about the talents. Puncturing arrow and composite arrow is an old school hybrid build that we have for Vala. I like it a lot because, well, Vala is my girl, and if you go for the composite arrows, then mainly you want to have the range on the multi-shot, and on 13 it means frost shot usually for you. If you go in the puncturing arrow, you have also a range increase here, meaning that you can stay at a very safe distance and just like poke against opponents with both of your spells, which is absolutely amazing. So you get a lot of very safe play. You sacrifice a bit of the lane push, of course, since Arsenal is not available to you, but it's still a pretty cool play to make. And I'm really happy to see this particular build again. So in the case now, we have down here, again, Mopsio being attacked. Lunan! Oh, Tyrande is alive, and Mopsio jumps out, and he's gonna fall. Yep, there comes the slam. Bakery was attempting to go for, in this case, of course, Tyrande. There we go, for a second, I couldn't remember the name of the hero. Goes in and takes down Tyrande, so yep, or wanted to take her down by stunning her. That didn't really work out. Up to the top, we also have now Balog defeated, as you can see here. At the bot lane, a very solid position for Snitch. And without a single coin turned in on the side of Dignitas, they go through the wall at the top, they go through the wall in the middle, and they're moving straight in to take now also the fort down, or at least put some pressure on it. The golden rule is, if you turn in and you already put the tower on your opponent's mid lane down to half health, the turn-in is going to destroy the fort as well, or completely. It's really important to know that, because mules can screw with that quite a bit. Nice kill against Sonya, but the counter kill against Reyna. Down to the bottom lane, we see still Zagara in position. Here in the middle, on the other hand, the fight is still raging as Mopsio and Ice Cream are trying to escape. And indeed, Mule has been taken, so we see a Mule in play. A kill against ETC, but the coins are still in the hands of Team Dignitas. So as I said, the problem really is if you get those turn-ins in, and for example the entire wall is still active, then the fort is not going to fall. The Mule can heal it up to full health again, can just like repair it. And that's one of the big things why it's quite important to put a bit of extra damage at the beginning on one of those towers. That's something that Kiev6 has not successfully done yet. And when we're talking about Dignitas, then they are of course in a very solid position because they have 16 coins. That's nearly a double turn-in. Not quite, but they are on the way to get that. Hydra here is also found out now. Goodbye, Eric. That was a quick kill. And of course, it's going to be all about the structured damage. And as long as you take down these wells, for example, that's another cannon barrage that you already have there. Bakery is found out and stunned. Nope, he's not. Nice cleanse. You can with cleanse, you have like 2 frames on cleanse, where you can really go for the old cleanse and use it as a pre-cleanse. That is not really possible anymore if you don't hit that tiny, tiny window. So you have to be quite fast with it and really hit that window perfectly to make that happen. And Bakery did exactly that just now. In case if somebody is asking himself now, hey, since when does pre-cleanse work again? Worked the entire time, but you have to hit one of those 2 frames, and it is absolutely crazy cool to do that and to see that, of course, in play. Not a lot of Uthers will really pull it off completely like that. Endless Creep has now taken us level 7 talent, and we are already on level 10 as I say that, since the teams are going with Leap. I love it. We talked about it during the draft. It's the wombo combo paradise that we see for Dignitas. Let's see if they can actually pull one of those wombo combos off, or if it's not going to happen here. 3 kills against 3.5. Both of the teams now getting their kills in. Turn-ins are once again possible, but this time we are having Dignitas already in the middle. And there comes Schwimpy. Mopsio jump. There it is! The more they go for it. More, and ETC is trying to go for the mosh pit. It got interrupted. It doesn't matter though. A double kill, a triple kill. It could be the quad kill. Well, at least the longbow is still there, but it looks like Mopsio might fall as well. Aethero Angel moves in. Yeah, needs to move back for a second so that Mopsio can't stun and take him down. ETC unfortunately got stunned out as he was trying to channel the mosh pit. It would have been really fun to see that wombo combo happen. As is though, Dignitas is not going to be too salty about not getting that through because they still got a triple kill out of it. And now they get the turn-in. Turn-in is of course always attack the mid lane first and then the top lane and afterwards the bottom lane. So that's what we are happening right now. We have that fort going to fall up at the top. They could, I guess, burst down that well. That would be the best thing that they can do actually right now. Just to move over and try to burst the well down so that it doesn't soak one of the shots. But they're a bit too late for it. So the well is going to soak one of the cannon barrage. The fight is already starting again as Mopsio is jumping out here out of the blizzard. Level 11 versus level 12. And they are trying to go for the coins. Pretty ballsy play considering that they knew exactly how many heroes were around them. So yeah, they go for the coins, they get them. Schwimpy moves away. Aethero Angel is also on the run. 21 coins in the hands of Team Dignitas. They of course stole quite a few away from Kiev6 in that last battle that we saw at the turning point. Up at the top, this is one of the problems that we've been talking about. Mules should be dropped any second to make sure that the fort is being repaired again. Unless Dignitas commits to a push at the top lane, this is going to be an opportunity for Kiev6. Here comes that mosh pit and the Ring of Frost. Everybody's bursted away. The kill against Tyrande now too. It is a double kill. It is a triple kill that they get. And the Maw is also leading into another potential kill against Vala. And yes, they claim her death as well. Her life. Very well done here. Hydra is now escaping, and it's just a move straight for the mid lane. The more structures you take down, the better for you, of course. We've been talking about this quite a bit to explain how this map works and how you can get the most out of it. We have now level 13 talents, and after we see the Just Keep Rocking and the Block Rock, it's also the synergy with groupies that they aimed for. We're seeing the Shrink Ray for Uther have the advanced Ice Block, and at the same time, Mutalisk now taken in the Mystical Spear. 11 and 8 coins over here. AR is moving in, and they will have to move back. They can't really go for it just yet. In terms of their rogue abilities, Strafe has been chosen, not used yet. And, well, actually it's a cooldown at this point, so there was no opportunity to use it with that attempt in the mid lane. Stormbolt hitting again. 23 coins, by the way, for Dignitas. The thing is that Dignitas didn't really get a chance to turn in yet, so it's 23 coins that they have, but in order to really capitalize on those, you have to get that turn in. Here's the mule that we've been talking about, so that's exactly what they're going to try throughout the entire time. Mopsio, very much alone. Shrink Raid is going to be stunned once, twice, so Ice Cream is dropping again. Yeah, the server's a bit unfortunate for us today. Mopsio was still controlling his hero, though, so he at least did not drop out. Bit of an idea what the damage is currently looking like. We're having 73,000 siege damage on Jaina, and we have 21,000 individual hero damage on the side of Zagara, whereas Vala has still 22,000, can keep herself in the back line thanks to, of course, all of those range talents that she took on level 1 and on level 4. Well, at the same time, we are already seeing the repeating arrow. Didn't really go over the level 7 talent yet. This is more of a flex talent that you have if you go for this hybrid build. But the repeating arrow gives you the most damage output that you could possibly get out of this one. So on level 13, we should then see the frost arrow. So at this point, we're having, once again, the game resumed. Apparently the disconnect is already happening. Mopsio is being attacked, leaps, jumps away. Oh, gets the Avatar in. Doesn't have stone form yet, though. And seems to be able... No. Seems to be able to survive, but as it happens, he doesn't. Gets taken out now as well. Still 24 gems, coins of course. All those dirty esports money, and it gets turned in. Yep, there we have. Nice. That Pierce talent is so annoying if you are playing on Cursed Hollow or on Blackheart's Bay. So yep, they are starting again with the channel. They get the turn in, and this time up at the top lane, this fort is of course going to fall, and afterwards those cannons are going to start to target the bot lane, where we have again Dignitas with an attempt to just take these towers down before it even happens. And if they can make that work, that would be amazing. There's the first one, yeah, but as you could see, one of those shots goes straight into nothing. But for now, yep, they're going to take this one down as well, and it's going to not quite claim the fort down here, but going to put some solid damage onto it, which is going to bring the mule back into play. Level 13 talents now for Kiev6 with Overflowing Light. As I said, Relentless Leader is a very nice talent if you're up against an ETC. If he tries to just like dash in with that power slide for a mosh pit, then he is going to be surprised. We already have now Muradin's going straight into that area of effect damage with the Burning Rage on the 13th talent. And the Frost Shot for Vala to get that combo with the level 13, level 1 talent. We're having Overflowing Light and Jump on the Vikings. And we see coins again harvested. Mopsio is very much alone here. Schwimpy is going in, and there's the Relentless Leader coming into play immediately. So he couldn't go through. Aya, therefore, quite happy about his choice on 13. Schwimpy probably a little bit looking like, duh. And I was like, alright, I'm not going to do that again. We have Benediction taken on 16 now. It's a massive lead that we see for Dignitas. I mean, of course, 12 kills against 3. That's what you would expect. Hydra is trying to rush away with Balog, and it looks like he is going to be able to escape here. The Nerves of Steel on Sonya at level 16 talent, and we're seeing the imposing presence as everybody's just like moving in again. Schwimpy is attempting to lock down Mopsio. Here comes that stun. Doesn't really hit though. The Maw into 2, and now the Mosh Pit approach maybe. Yep, there it is. Mosh Pit used the double kill immediately, and they're going now also for Tyrande. She falls. Mopsio jumps away in the last second. There's no follow-up, so nobody is able to take him down and steal those coins away. But they can now simply focus their attention onto the Vikings, where we see again Hydra with 4 coins, but they won't be able to do anything about them yet. So they go straight into the mid lane instead and try to drop the first keep. They have still so many coins. I mean, it's another 7 coins that they have. They only need 2 more coins for the next turn in. So instead of just like wasting some of those. They go into the mid lane, they take down the structures, and on the way back they can now complete the turn-in. That will drop the fort down to the bot lane. It will attack the remaining structures in the middle, and if there are any coins left, the cannons are starting to drop that wall up at the top. For now, we still have JPL in a position where he's attempting to just like push Hydra back here and maybe take him down. That's not going to happen anytime soon. And it looks like Dignitas is just saying, why would we turn in right now and waste those shots? We can simply take the fort first, and then after we did that, then we go to the turn-in point, and then we are going to take it from there. So it looks very much like this is exactly what's going to happen there. They're already on their way straight in. And yep, there we have it. No, we don't. Still no turn-in. The boss is taken at the top. Muradin is down. Oh, and JPL with 6 coins wants to go for it. This could be a nice chase, and they might get Jaina. The problem is that Jaina has friends, and these friends are on their way. AR is about to be taken out. Yep, there comes at least the Hyperion. Sir Ice Cream is rushing away. Sir Ice Cream is on the move, the stuns, and he steals the coins away. So he's going to get the coins at least. Yeah, that worked. That actually worked. I mean, of course, Reyna did die. We didn't even look at that, but yeah, Reyna did die. I mean, of course. Still, they were able to steal the coins, so they can try to turn those in. And it will be the first turn-in for Tier 5, and that means that also that fort is going to die. This is also why we see Lunan moving straight into the mid lane, push a bit more damage on the tower so that they get at least the full fort. Turn-in is now completed and the boss taken at the top, so level 16 talents versus level 18.5. We have still a 2-0 lead for Dignitas in this series. Now the True Shot Aura has been chosen. We're seeing Stone Form. There's the Impatience as a virtue. I guess for Reyna we could theoretically see Bullseye regardless of what he took on 13. And the talent for Vala. Blood for Blood, Stone Skin, both will be fine here. But as you can tell in the mid lane, this is going to complete the kill of the fort. Should fall here. Everybody else is moving into the mid lane. Again, they're trying to go for the remaining coins that we still see for their opponent. And yep, this is going to be a pretty sweet fight with an ETC. Could move in again. No initiate yet. More in the back line, isolating them a bit. Schwimpy dashes in the kill against Muradin. And now they're starting to follow it up with Sonya jumping in right away. They go for the Ice Cream, but it looks like they might not be able to get him. Nope. There comes the Ethereal Angel doing what he can, but it's just too little too late. JPL is attacked by the longbow. The cruise is happening, but the Vikings are now going to fall as well. ETC slides through. They're going to take every single one of them out. They go, at least try to, but then go is being used, and they just decided it's time to finish what they started. They move into the middle, let the Vikings be Vikings, and with the level 20 talents, they're straight going for the fight. Arcane Power taken, all about the damage right now, so why not go for it? They don't even bother turning in again. They had 2 turn-ins, and that was enough. Now they go for core, and this is going to be a 3-0 in the series here against Tier 5. Team Dignitas, they take the 3rd place at the Heroes Battle Arena. GG and well played. Great job here by Team Dignitas, victorious on Blackheart's Bay. Yeah, guys.